Nice to meet you. I'm from HAP. My name is Moto Suzuki. Nice to meet you. The title of my presentation today, I actually have incorporated the word Tokyo because this is where we are today. And I also have circular and smart. So these are the keywords for my talk today. After graduating from school, university, I entered the jeans industry, and I'm working here for 23 years. The former guest speakers have longer experience than me. Like they have been professional for 30 years, so I'm still young compared to them. So you can see this circular design that I have applied to this presentation. Hazama-san in the front row made this design for me. Circularity is very important in denim and the apparel industry, which has a lot of environmental burden. So I would like to talk about the approaches we're taking for circularity. Our company is called HAP, and we work with American Holic brand, and we have been doing this for 8 years. Accumulative total, we have produced around 4 million pieces, and skinny fit denim is the main product. Cotton and retrieved polyester and polyurethane from America and China. That's where we source the raw materials. And then the spinning and the rope dyeing and weaving is done in Vietnam. And then we transport it to the material to Bangladesh for cutting, sewing, and processing and finishing. We do all of these steps of monozukuri in an environmental conscious way. I have a video, Redefining Sustainability Through ESG Evaluation Using AI with Kyushu University. Aiming for comprehensive sustainability, we use AI to quantify ESG or environmental social governance scores in collaboration with Kyushu University. We evaluated the entire supply chain from cotton used in the products, spinning, rope dyeing, weaving, cutting, sewing, post-processing, finishing, inspection, down to logistics. This is the American Holic's staple items, skinny fit denims, per item supply chain ESG evaluation. We quantified the environmental aspect, human rights aspect, and economic aspect using AI. The inventory data is sourced from over 400 data points, including from the USA and other international statistics. This product is the one that we evaluated, as you saw in the video. And since 2019, we have this academic and industrial collaboration to support European environmental standards and scores, and also for safety standards. And we have research efforts going on. So per product, the total amount of water that we use, because we have environmental and also economic and also human right aspects that we evaluate. So carbon footprint, water usage, and because it's denim, there are a lot of resources that we use. And the European regulation does not allow to use any vague expressions, just like being good to eco. So we have to be very specific when we produce items. What are the steps and how much water is used for each step, how much emission we're making. We have to get all the numbers. So that's why we're working with Kyushu University and Kyoto University using the AI technologies to quantify all of these steps. For example, when we use American cotton in that supply chain that we just described, the water that we use is 2,760 6 liters that we use per piece. UN and other national statistics, we have this base data of 400 data points. So if the raw material is switched from, when we compare the different raw material sources from America, India, or China, we can see the differences in numbers. Can you see here? This is a different product, tapered pants. It says Cotton USA, or it says China Cotton, and also clear water usage. So we can compare it by these different parameters to get results. So there are about 16 water usage or CO2 or other data parameters. And different products have different results. Per denim, per product, clear water usage is represented in blue for American cotton, and orange represents the case when we use Chinese cotton. So out of the total usage, the raw material is using the most amount of water. So sewing and buttoning, there are different steps in the production, but this is the area that we can make biggest impact by reducing burden to the environment. For example, by choosing different parameters, let's go to carbon emission. So then the system is calculating the information to show us the result. Can you go down? Out of the, so now we're looking at carbon footprint. So cotton, spinning, color dyeing, cutting, sewing, post-processing, there are different steps, and also there are logistics. So how much you can save, you can see it by different steps. For more details, please visit our booth over there. We will be very happy to answer your questions. Next, please. Not only for denim, but we also support our data system also supports T-shirts and other garments. So this is the second part of my presentation. I want to talk about this. Last year, we were awarded the award by the Prime Minister, and this is a technology that was recognized. And so in one step, one process, we have these 10 functionalities that we support. So the technology is called Coverus Wizard. Coverus Wizard applies photocatalysts and other techniques to imbue a single fabric with 10 or more functionalities in a single process. Self-cleaning, water absorption, diffusion contact, cool touch, sweat stain reduction, antibacterial and deodorization, UV protection, heat insulation, pollen resistance, mild acidity, and anti-see-through. These are all included as functionality. And it can also ensure breathability and the texture, regardless material types of synthetic or natural fiber. It also enables the removal of functional agents during the recycling of clothing fibers, which just means that each piece of garment can be used longer and cherished, contributing to a sustainable cycle of production and disposal of clothing. We evaluated the entire supply chain from cotton used in the products, spinning, dyeing, weaving, cutting, sewing, post-processing, finishing, inspection to logistics, as we did for denim. This is the ESG assessment of the entire supply chain of Coverus Wizard T-shirt. So we evaluate the environmental protection, human rights, and economic aspects. This evaluation demonstrates the importance of responsible product manufacturing through a supply chain covering multiple countries and regions. We utilized AI to quantify economics, environmental, and social aspects. Through such comparative analysis, we aim to achieve the most sustainable material selection and optimization of production processes.
And this, as well as with denim jeans, we calculated these scores. Something that is different is that, as you can see here, this wizard t-shirts, the raw materials are US cotton. However, there may be mixed cotton of the US and Brazil, or the location of some process can be set as the Philippines, or in Bangladesh you can select different combination of countries so that how you can reduce the human rights related risk. That can be analyzed and assessed. And then in the next season, what kind of product supply chain you need to design. That is something we can realize through this. That's what we are trying to work on. In the past, ACA or many people trying to calculate manually, that would require so many time and effort. There's a limit to it. However, with artificial intelligence and various cutting-edge technologies, you can leverage these. Every season you can be evolving. That is something we are working together with the universities. Another thing I'd like to touch on, secondary use or second-hand products are in now. So the new one offers highest environmental burden. So when you take a look at the new product as well as second-hand product, you collect and repair and upcycle the used product. That is another concept. What you can see here is copper rust laundry. You can add additional functionality to second-hand clothes. And from 2023, we've been conducting this business. And in Europe, the secondary distribution of clothing has been attracting attention. In the past, the business model was just to create and sell, and it's done. However, that is not okay now. You need to pay fines, and you need to change yourself in accordance with new acts and laws in these places. So we are now demonstrating this concept in such areas. We are conducting analysis, assessment of this. It goes without saying the second-hand clothing is good for the scores because you do not have to consume new materials. On a totally different note, this is a denim made of cotton with heater, and you can use your smartphone to adjust temperature. Actually, we did the same demonstration last year as well, but it failed. A person who tried it said that it was not so warm. But point here is that we install a heater with the clothing so that you can control the temperature with your smartphone. That's what we are trying to make. Coverless laundry services. Excuse me, I'd like to touch on this. Our vision is not limited to just calculating ESG scores of products. In 2023, we initiated coverless laundry services as a circular fashion infrastructure to cover the secondary distribution from repair, upcycle, and resale. And also, we've conducted the ESG calculation and evaluation as well. With that, we would like to guarantee the initiatives for sustainability over the entire product life cycle. In the future, we'd like to collaborate with the government and academia to conduct ESG evaluation for the optimized recycle and like to set the international standard for truly scientific eco-design. Excuse me. So this is about laundry services. Yes, we are trying to calculate scores for these services as well. The next one, yes, this is what I was talking about, the way you can control temperature with your smartphone. the clothing in 5 years from now, that is the theme of my topic. But Japanese technologies in the past, I think the denim has been a tradition you stick to. I think today and yesterday many people talked about this, but I'd like to rather focus on the innovation side. That is something I'd like to touch on here. I'd like to show you this video. The redimensioning of smart wear future. App develops and sells the wear that you can control the temperature with your smartphone. Users can protect their health from the heat and coldness. This technology enables a better comfort as well as body temperature control with wear. By doing so, you can reduce energy consumption coming from the changing air conditioning as well as reducing the CO2 emissions. We'd like to let the smart wear to further evolve. In the future, we'd like to create personalized wear that can contribute to extending health life as well as reducing a medical cost and nursing cost. And for that to be achieved, we are developing smart wear equipped with the audio, music, LED, and sensor functions. Here, I have a jacket. And this should be made of denim, but I think it's easier to see in white. We have 150 LEDs installed here in the jacket. In November, Helsinki, Finland, I made a demonstration. But the Christmas season, I tried to use the concept of Christmas wear. And when it's dark, you can see it's flashing very brightly. You can see the light or audio coming from that. Or you can have a dialogue with the clothes. You can have a conversation with the clothes in a way. And when you install sensors to this clothes, this clothing will control the temperature on its own. That is something we are trying to develop. You can see nylon, and this nylon is made of recycled materials and biomaterials inside, and the backside is cellulose derived materials. It comes from some waste and recycled materials. It is expensive, true, so you cannot sell this normally. For that reason, we are now demonstrating this. You can rent this at some ski resorts and these places, and overseas tourists appreciate this demo wares. I'm afraid the price is the pain point in the apparel industry, and many ask us to reduce the cost, to reduce the price. However, on that, we'd like to add various value so that we can let the users appreciate what they can wear. That's what we are trying to disseminate. This is the show on denim. So recycle, repair, all of these are important, but at the same time, in doing these kind of activities, whether consumers will select the product, that is important. And for that to be achieved, raising awareness is also important, so that's what we are working on. This is coverless T-shirt with, yes, you here, Shimizu-san, you are here. This is from the denim waste. The dye was extracted from denim waste, and that's how we dyed this T-shirt. We haven't mass-produced this kind of T-shirts, but this is the woolen cotton, and this is of the T-shirt made of recycled dye. You can see various companies are creating new technologies, but it's difficult to make the real product using all of these technologies. But we are trying to create these kind of things through our work. Here I talked about what kind of things we are doing, and I'd like to ask you to be more interested in human rights and environment so that the fashion industry overall can contribute to the improvement of the society. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.